Hello ladies and welcome to Living Free with Sophie. I'm Sophie and on this channel I talk about anything and everything feminine and whatever else I think will be useful for you ladies. And today I'm gonna give you 21 super cheap beauty hacks. And I use all of these on a regular basis and they are all super duper cheap, super frugal. And since we have 21 tips to go through, I'll just dive right in. And if you have any other great tips that I didn't mention, of course, share them down in the comments below. But let's get started. And I have my notes here, pretty pink. So I'll be looking down for a little bit. Okay, so the first tip is super undervalued and I don't know if I heard it or if I just tried it one time, but that is to use eye drops to extend the life of your mascara. This works so well. These mascaras, look, you can't even see which one it is anymore. Or my other mascara, same thing. To be honest, I think I've had them for more than a year, maybe even close to 2, and I've never ever had an eye infection with this tip. So what you do is when your mascara is starting to feel a little dry or getting a little bit clumpy, you take your eye drops, just completely normal salt water eye drops, which are also a little bit disinfectant. You pop them right in. Maybe I'll give it 4. You can see, maybe I do this every other month or every third month. When you put it in slowly so they don't, pop right out. They really go in when you get to the straight part of the applicator and then you twist it around like this. Also, another bonus tip, never ever do the pump. Never do the pump. You pump more air, you pump more bacteria into there. Don't do that. When you want to reapply mascara on your mascara wand, always do the twist. It works on the dance floor. It works for the mascara as well. You don't want to be pumping too much on the dance floor. Do the twist. It's good. So, and when you do that, it comes out way more creamy. You can probably already see that it seems much more smooshy. And then you got mascara that lasts for so much longer. To be honest, I think I've had one which lasted for 3 years. And as I said, I've never even had an eye infection. The closest thing I got to an eye infection was when I poked myself in the eye with with a brown eyeliner, but that was years ago. Never ever had anything else. So that was my first tip. One of my most used tips. It works so well. Super duper underestimated. Your mascara can last for years instead of just 3 months. So let's go to my next tip. And this is amazing if fake eyelashes aren't your thing or you're not sure if that's a step that you want to take. You can make your eyelashes say va 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 voom if you use this trick. So you take and this is why I'm sitting down on the floor. This is my beauty station. So you take your hairdryer and you simply heat up your eyelash curler. And be sure to heat it up right here. And then what I usually do is that first I will tap it on my wrist to see how hot it is. And then when it's okay for the wrist, I will tap it on my lips because the skin on the eye is just very thin and sensitive. So I just want to make sure, as the lips are sensitive as well, that it's not too hot, but you want to keep it as warm as you can bear. And then you go to bend your eyelashes. And what I like to do is that I go close as possible to the bottom of the eyelashes. And then I bend once and I hold it and I count to 10 or 20 until I feel like it has cooled down. Then I let go. I don't do the bending more places because then you'll get an eyelash. Here's your eyelashes, you bend it, more places you'll get bend. But if you bend it one place, they will stick more up. Then I do the same for the other eye, you know, blow dry it again, feel if it's too hot, do the other eye, and then I'll do it once more on both eye just to secure. And think of it this way, when you curl your hair, you always use a hot tool. You never ever just, you know, bend your hair and then expect that it will stay that way. It doesn't really do much. So it's kind of the same principle for your eye, and your eyelashes, they will pop up so much more from this. It really makes a big difference. Me and my little sister do this all the time. It's super duper great. Another bonus tip, we're getting high on the tips here, is that you take a powder brush, and it could be a bronzer, it could be whatever, where you just have a little bit of powder left on. If you squeeze it a little bit so it's a little bit tighter, or you have more control, and you brush your eyelashes before you put on mascara, your mascara will have more to grip on, and they will look a bit thicker, and they will be more nicely separated. And just make sure you have a little bit of powder on, not too much, because then it will go on your eyelid and ruin your makeup a little bit. But that was just another tip. So let's go for tip 3. And I remember when I got more into makeup, this tip really did a lot of wonders for how my makeup started to look. Really did. So you want to get the right type of makeup brushes. And by this, I don't mean the right brand, I actually mean the right shape of makeup brushes. So my 2 absolute favorite brushes that I have, that I use these every day. This is my favorite one. I don't even know where it's from. I think it's probably from like a cheap store equivalent to Beauty Ulta, or, you know, Walmart, or just, never been to the States, sorry, I don't know, but just like a really cheap beauty store. Yeah, and on this side is more pointy, and on this is a little bit flat and a little tiny bit fluffy. And the bristles are actually very soft, but it's still, if you can see, it's still very thin. So do have a high degree of control, and I always use this one to make my eyeliner, which I like to have soft, and then I use this end just to blend the top a little bit. Not a big blend, just the top a little bit. And then this one, I got these in Germany because Denmark is super expensive, so whenever I go to Germany, I stock up. And this one, this shape, is really good for blending. And as you can see, it's kind of tapered, and it goes like a little bit softer towards the end. It's go out and then it goes in again. And this means that if you have a light touch, you can do a little bit of a blend. But if you have a bigger touch, you can do a bigger blend. So you can do more with this one brush, or you can sweep it into your crease. You can do more with this brush compared to, for example, this brush. You can see how it's a bit more flat in the top, and this will not leave you, you know, it will make one type of eyeshadow application. You can't make anything small with this brush, but with this type of brush, you can do both. You can both make it small, of course, with small movement, but as you can see, not very much touch, but then you can also make a bigger sweeping movement, and you will get more surface covered. So this type of brush for blending really set your makeup apart, because if it's not blended, that's a straight giveaway that, yeah, you didn't really put much effort into it. And as lovely feminine ladies, that's what we want to do. Okay, so my 4th tip, I think this video will be very long. I'm so sorry. Grab a coffee, get dressed, do your morning, evening thing, go for a walk or something. But I will get to all the tips, and they are all pretty damn good. Okay, so here we have the 4th super cheap beauty hack, and that is to sleep with your face mask on. When I backpacked in Tokyo and through Asia, all the girls in the same dormitory who were Asian, they had the face sheet mask, and they slept with those on. I don't have like a ton of those, and they're a little bit more expensive, especially here in Denmark. But I do have these smaller masks, which are more creamy. And you know, they always show them as you put on so much and then you wipe it off after, I don't know, 10 to 20 minutes. But really, if you want to get the most out of your mask, take maybe a third or a half of the mask in these kind of pouches and put it on in the evening when you go to bed, after you've done all of your normal night creams. And then when you wake up in the morning, everything would have gone in. You will get everything from the mask. You'll not waste anything that you have to wipe off, and you'll just get much more use and, you know, good stuff out of your mask if you do it this way, because your face can actually take in everything from the mask instead of you have to waste so much product when you wipe it all off. So I do that a lot, and I really love to do it with the face sheet mask. Yeah, so I'm excited to when I could get a couple of new ones of those. Okay, and for the 5th tip, it is to give yourself a facial daily when you put on your day cream. And I've been doing this for years, and I think that's one of the reasons why I basically don't have any wrinkles on my forehead, even though I'm 28. There's a tiny like lines, like you can see where the wrinkles will be, but there are actually no wrinkles. I quite recently got a compliment for my tight face skin, so this really works. I've been doing it for years. So when you apply your makeup, sorry, not your makeup, your face cream, I like to do, like with my fingertips, I like to do circular movements like this, and just circular movement, push up. Sometimes I like to do these kind of movements, and also especially sometimes to lift the brows. You can pull it, do a bit of a massage to do the brows, and then you give yourself a face massage when you put on your cream. And what you can also do, if you slap your face a little bit, I will usually do it a bit harder than this, as hard as you can take. You slap your face when you have put it on. It will increase the blood flow and will again make your face cream more effective, and it's really good for the skin when you have good blood flow to the skin. So give yourself a daily facial when you put it on. Don't just put it on and be done. Just, you know, give yourself a minute or just a half just to do these kind of massaging movements on your face. It really makes a difference. I can tell when I compare myself to other people I have known, other people in my life which are the same age as me or even younger, which don't care about these type of things, and you can see there are tiny wrinkles are starting to come in. So I feel like this is really a great tip. Okay, the next one. This is another frugal kind of beauty tip, and that is whenever you have a lipstick, make it do double duty. So this lipstick is one of my favorites. Too bad it broke. It's from L'Oreal. So what you will do after you use it, I'll just give it a little bit just to show you. Sometimes you can have a lot of color on your lip and you need a blush to match. You just do a little bit, and I like to put my blush real high because I think it emphasizes high cheekbones, make your face look more skinny or well structured, or what you want to say. And you just dab it out so it kind of becomes a cream blush. Look at this side, got a little much, but it's better to do just a little bit than do too much. And it's also very nice on the go to do a touch up, or maybe if you put on some of your powder and your color went away a little bit, just adapt the face all over, and your color went away a little bit, you can do a touch up and you are sure that your blush and your lipstick will match in color. Yes. Okay. Are we ready for the next one? Yes. So you can use a microfiber cleaning cloth for your lip exfoliant. So I have one of these makeup remover kind of cloth, but it is the same principle as a microfiber cloth, especially if it has long hair. But just the normal ones you can use as a lip exfoliant, and that's really nice after you brush your teeth in the morning. I have this in like my morning basket. If I had my own bathroom, which I don't do at the moment, I would have it in there. And after you brush your teeth, you just take the cloth and rub it all over your lips, and you will have exfoliated your lips really, really well, and your lipstick will sit much, much nicer. So that's another tip. And I also usually keep a little bit of cut microfiber cloth with me in my wallet, so I can dry off the lens of my phone, so that I can take clear, amazing pictures with my phone. Those are really good for that as well. Oh, by the way, for the facial massage, I also have one of these, which I use, which I use sometimes. I feel like it's a little bit harder, but I'm getting into it. But if I just want to be quicker, I just do this for half a minute when I apply it. But sometimes I like to use this to drain the skin. It's a jade roller. You can use whatever type of roller, but it's also equivalent to giving yourself a face massage. And if you have some cheaper beauty stores near you, you can definitely get these for quite cheap, or you can look online for it. Okay, the next one is also very good. So let me find it. Where is it? It is here. So, and this is the soap brow hack. So I use a clear soap. It's not like super duper clear, it's kind of matte. Maybe you can get something that's even clearer, but this is what I use. It works really well. So I have my spray bottles, which are both for my plants and for my brows. So I just spray it a little bit, give it a spray, take a spoolie, spool it and use it to shape my brows. And you can see I done it today, and it works so well because it kind of makes the brow thicker. So your brows will look thicker. They are so well shaped, and your skin underneath are still a bit more visible. So it looks really, really natural as well. Even though at the same time you can really get the shape that you want. I usually put a little bit of eyeshadow on as well. But this is what I like to use, and it's really good for flyaways. I tried it like 2 days ago. It worked better than hairspray. I'm not kidding you. If you use a little bit of soap to tame your flyaways, it works better than hairspray. And it still looks matte. I don't think even a totally see-through soap would look anything else than matte, but it really holds it, and it's still kind of soft. So it's not a stiff hold, but a softer, very, very good hold. And you know, these are super cheap. I think this is equivalent to $1, and I definitely had it for a very long time. I think this will last me years, to be honest. And the box is just like one from equivalent to Dollar Tree or something like that. So sorry, that's a great tip. If you, for example, want to do an updo and you want to do the thing with your flyaways, or where you do like a little swirl, I think this soap hack will be quite good. But you know, you can get a cheap gel as well. Okay, so number 9. That is to do your beauty treatments at home as much as possible. So for example, what I do at home, I tint my eyebrows at home. I do that probably once a week is the best. I do my nails at home. These are gel nails where I use the UV light. Before that, I would use normal nail polish. And yeah, because in Denmark, it's really, everything is quite more expensive, so you really save a lot when you start to do these things yourself. I did also get a laser, it's kind of a hair remover kind of thing, but I don't think it was strong enough for my blonde hair. I didn't see a proper effect from it, even though I did do it for quite some time. I have done sugaring for waxing my legs myself, and at my grandparents in Germany I had to leave a lot of my stuff, but there I actually have a lash lift kit where I lift my lashes and bend them myself, and it works really, really well and looks very good. When I'm doing that, I don't use the eyelash curler method that much. But start to figure out how to do these beauty treatments yourself. The next one I think I wanna get into would maybe be eyelash extensions. So doing my own eyelash extensions with, you know, single lashes that you glue on, because sometimes I can be very particular with what I like and very creative, and yeah, so I think I would be able to make a good result with a lot of research as well, because they are quite expensive. They're about 600 kroners to 1,000 kroners, so $80 to $160 to get eyelash extensions. So you see, sometimes it's really worth starting to do these kind of treatments yourself. I did also cut my hair myself just a few days ago. Okay, let's see. Okay, this one is a good one. Okay, tip number 10. So get a small, cheap perfume for your bag. So, or a hair perfume. What I have these 3 perfumes, which are my cheaper perfumes. They're kind of fresh, I just came out of the shower and used an amazing shampoo that lasts all day kind of perfume. I really like the fresh flowery scents. And what I do, I'll bring one of these in my bag. I also have one of these small tubes where you can pump your perfume into, but I feel like the ones I've gotten have been hit or miss with how much, some of them have been leaking. But if you have just a small perfume that fits in your bag, you can just take it when you want to fresh up. Or I really like to use a perfume that's more for my hair, and then I have my more expensive perfume which I use on my body. So it's kind of like if you just walk by, you'll get the, you know, the fresh hair scent. But if you're lucky enough to get close, you will get, you know, a whiff of the nicer perfume. And going on to the next tip, which is tip number 11, which is apply your perfume properly. I see this so much on Reels, on Instagram, on YouTube. People, they apply their perfume and then they squash it. And this movement, it destroys your perfume. It crushes the particles. So what you want to do, you take some type of Vaseline, or this is like a Vaseline based body cream or something, and this will make it last longer. You put it on your wrist, a little bit in here, a little bit on here. You take the Vaseline, and then you take your good perfume. I like this one. This is Dolce & Gabbana. It's called Dolce, and then it's like the white rose. I just love the smell of roses. But the way I apply my, you know, expensive perfume that I want to last for a long time, I give it one whiff. I dab it once, dab it here, and in the summer I will dab it under my knees, actually. Sorry. And then I will give here and here, here and here. You see, just one dab, no squashing, anything like that. And it lasts for so long. And if I want my hair to really smell nice with the more expensive one, I will lift it up and make sure that I hit the actually more into the scalp. If you have a sensitive scalp, of course, don't do this. But the reason that I'm doing it here, it is that this point, the skin is more thin and it's more warm. So it will make the perfume smell stronger and it will last for longer. And then when you put on the Vaseline, just a little thin, don't, you know, make it smushy or something. That'll probably change it too much. But a little bit of the Vaseline, it will help to keep the perfume from penetrating too much into your skin, so it will last longer, smell so good. Maybe sometimes I do 2 or 3 whiff of the perfume, but not very much. And this bottle of perfume, 500 milliliters, it lasts me for so long. I think they last me for 1 year, and I just use that one perfume. I don't, of course I use the other ones for the hair and so on, but this is how much I used since December, and we are in the very end of July. You see, this will probably last me a year or a year and a half. And I keep it in the box. I often tape it, but I keep it in the box so that it doesn't get light, because that will destroy the particles as well. So take good care of the perfume when you finally decide to splurge on it, so that it will last you for a long time, both in the box but also on yourself. Okay, 12. Number 12 is to stock up on beauty products, especially if you can get them somewhere cheap. And I'll show you my little stockpile here. I have a much bigger one at my mother's house. But this is my stockpile. You see, German hair care, lots of German face masks. You know, Germany is the neighboring country to Denmark. Their stuff is so much cheaper. And it's good. Their hair care without silicones. You have to go to a hairdresser to get that here. Get a stockpile, okay? When you see something good, go get it. And if you have a difficult time finding it near you, maybe go online. Like, I will get a purple shampoo from Amazon, which we don't have in Denmark, so I also have to use the German one. Just wiggle around a little bit to see where you can get the products for a nicer price, and then just go for it. And maybe even if you're from outside Europe, maybe the German prices will still be so cheap for you that you can easily afford it. I think like these types of face masks are about 75 or 95 cents, so almost €1, but not quite. So I think it's around $1. And as we discussed, like, okay, not with these clay masks, but with the more creamier masks, you can get up to 3 or 4 uses just from one pouch. And yeah, I really love their products are so cheap, and they're just good quality. It's German, it's inside Europe. They have regulations they have to follow. Okay, this video is very long, but you know, I'm bringing you all my best tips. You are getting it. Okay, for the next one. 13 is to get a steamer. These are not very expensive. I got this from Amazon, and it really levels up my clothes so much. So steam or iron your clothes in the morning before you put it on. Sometimes if I fill it up too much with water, it will spurt water. So, you know, get to know it a little bit at first. Maybe steam your clothes the day before. But it really levels up your look so much. And actually you will also be able to use it as a face mask, as a face steamer. Don't hold it too close, but you know, keep a distance when it's your face, and just use some vinegar to clear out the chalk. You know what I mean? The white gunky stuff that comes in the water. And yeah, and it will really level up your clothes a lot. Okay. 14. This is another one for the wrinkle ones, and that is to do not wrinkle your forehead. Okay, where did that? Yeah, when you do your eyelashes, don't be like, you know, or when you do your, let's see here, when you do your mascara, don't be like, you see, even I want to do it, and I have to catch myself when I do it. You can take your mirror and you put it down a little bit, and then just lift your brows. Do not wrinkle your forehead. Just lift your brows a little bit. Do like this. Or if you need to do your hair, sometimes I need to do my hair up here. I want to do this to kind of look. But no, you just, give an evil stare while you're doing your hair. And that way you can keep your forehead from wrinkling and really try to make an effort. Or when you have some facial expressions, don't wrinkle your forehead too much during the day. It will really save you a lot. You can look at people who my grandfather would say, like, it was Dylan from the Beverly Hills kind of thing. He's like, that guys have so many problems. Look at his forehead. Oh, got problems. I can't even do it because I'm so used to just not wrinkling my forehead that much. But try to minimize how much you wrinkle your forehead. Practice like putting on the mascara while looking down. Practice like rolling your eyes when you want to look something up instead of lifting your brows, and especially your forehead. It really works well. I've been practicing this for a couple of years, and the earlier you start with this, the more of a habit it will be, the more you see. Just like smokers always have these lines around there because they always do these kind of movements. So the movement you make in your face really have an effect on your beauty and the wrinkles you will develop. Okay, so tip 15. Yes, 2/3 of the way there. It is to make your own leave-in conditioner or leave-in like products. So here's an example. This is a container from another product that I used, but in this one I have water, I have leave-in, and I have some curl cream, and maybe a little bit of conditioner or something. And this I use a little bit with the curl cream. Like if I'm going to the beach with some friends or on a date, I will spray this in my hair to fresh up my curls after the beach, because I got quite wavy hair. But when I blow dry, it becomes completely straight. So actually I didn't know for years. But if I use this, it can freshen it up. You can also use it if you want to have your own leave-in conditioner. Just take your normal conditioner, mix it with water, and spray it in your hair after you shower and brush your hair. Or if you have kids and you need to brush their hair, it's super, super duper easy, and it's so, so cheap. And just, experiment a little bit, mix around. It's totally underestimated and evaluated. It's not as it's more valuable than you think. Yeah. Because that's basically what the producer is doing with the product anyway. So look at doing your own hair products a little bit and see what you can get away with. Okay, tip 16 is again for the clothes, because everything in your appearance extends to your beauty, and that is, do not tumble dry your clothes and wash it inside out. When your clothes is in the washer, it gets friction with each other. So if you wash it inside out, the outer side of the clothes will not get friction, but more the inner side. And if you get these fuzzballs, they will be more on the inner side of the clothes instead of on the outside of the clothes. And I'm guessing you're watching this video because you're more on a budget, which I have been for many years as a student. And in the beginning, I would dry tumble all my clothes, and half of it would come out crooked, or it would be really thin after a very short amount of time. But I stopped doing that, and my clothes last for so long. Even though I bought it from H&M or I bought it from Sarah, it lasts so much longer when you do not tumble dry it. When you just hang it to dry, I like to hang it on a hanger, makes a nice shape, and you can put it directly in the closet, save you a little bit of time as well. Okay, now we have number 17. Do overnight hair treatments whenever you can get away with it, whenever it's a shower day next day in the morning. What I like to do is to take a hair mask or to take some type of oil. You have to experiment with what works well for you. It could also be some tallow you can use. That works really, really well. Like to make you know, 2 braids after I lathered my hair, smothered. I smothered my hair. No, you just, you know, pull it all over your hair. Just remind me of another tip. I'll have to remember to tell you. And put it up in 2 braids. Go to sleep in the morning. Go for your run or whatever. Come back and wash your hair. And because your hair have been sitting with it for so long, it will penetrate so much deeper. If you're using a hair mask that are to be used on wet hair, it works better if you wet your hair a little bit as well. I have a bonus tip for you. Get some castor oil and use it on your eyebrows and eyelashes every night before you go to bed. Just take a little bit on the eyebrows, on the eyelashes, and it should supposedly help them grow. I've been doing this for so long, I don't remember how long everything was before I did it. But supposedly it's a really good thing. So get some castor oil, add that to your regime as well. Okay, that was a bonus one. Another bonus one. Yes, number 18. Cut the sugar and the carbs and eat animal protein. And this is more cheap if you actually eat sugar and carbs, because you can use the money saved to eat more animal products. They will help your skin. They will help your gut. Like, I don't wear any foundation or concealer. I wear see-through powder. I got something coming through here, but otherwise my skin is usually pretty good. And remember, your skin is made out of meat and fat and protein, so that's kind of what you need to build more skin. And you think that all the vitamins are from vegetables and fruits and stuff, you will be surprised when you Google it, because there is usually much more of great vitamins in meat type of products, maybe except for citrus products. Then you have to get to liver to compete with the C vitamin. But that's another thing. But really, cut the carbs, cut the sugar. A few years ago, probably when you see one of my older videos, I discuss it, but I had 2 years with absolutely no sugar and pretty much no carbs. And I had hair that was like this long after 2 years. Like, my hair growth doubled from eating this kind of way. This type of hair here, it got so thick. You can see it's like medium thickness now, but it was even thicker, like so much hair growth from it. And my hair, the last year and a half, I have dyed it more. I have had a long period not dyeing it, just growing it out. And it's surprisingly well, even though I dyed it so much. I even asked my hairdresser about it, because I blonde and back and like did a lot to it. And still, it actually looks pretty fine, and I still got my wave pattern when I go to the shower. So it really makes a difference for your hair. So if you want stronger, thicker hair, really consider maybe going on a low carb, high fat diet, or going on an animal based diet. It works so well, and I really feel it has contributed a lot to my skin as well. Okay, number 19, always do your hair. Your hair, it's one of your biggest accessories. Whatever you need to do to it for it to look cute, put in your effort there, because if your hair is really nice, you don't need to do that much with your facial makeup. But if you have a lot of face makeup on, or you have a lot of makeup on, but your hair looks ratchet, you're just gonna look ratchet. It really have a big effect on you, the type of way that you do your hair such a way that it looks nice. Whatever it is that you have to do it, it really elevates your look a lot. Even if you have more relaxed clothes on, if you're running an errand, having nice hair, it really improves your looks so much. Do not neglect your hair. And you can practice with overnight styling so that it doesn't really take much time in the morning. Just, you can do overnight curls, with the band thing, you curl it around or up here, or just so many heatless curl tutorials, which are also overnight hair tutorials. And they work so well. Sometimes I will even do a braided crown up here so that the braid look nice and fluffy all the way and I don't have a straight stiff kind of hair at the end. But yeah, really prioritize the way your hair looks, because it really lifts your look and your beauty so much. Okay, number 20, still along the lines of hair. Cut your own hair. As I mentioned earlier, I did cut my own hair with the chunky layers. I was a little bit nervous, I will say, but forever. I have been cutting my own hair in the length. I just pull it back, I make sure I blow dry it straight. I make a middle parting, I pull it forward. The very back of the hair I put in the middle. The very front of the hair I put on the outside. And then I just give it a little snip with hairdresser scissors that I got. Just a little bit of a snip and you will have trimmed your hair. It takes no time at all. You can grow it out. And another thing that I do, which is so good, makes your hair so soft, it is dusting. And that's when you take a piece of hair, don't make it too big, but whatever you can get away with. This will take a long time, so put on a movie or two. You put in your hair between two fingers, you bend it like this. The ends of the hair will stick out and you cut it and you drive your fingers down. And maybe you do this 2 times on this side, you twist it, do 2 times on this side, whatever you feel like. Your hair will be so much softer because all the ends, I did this 2 days ago, all the split ends will be cut off, but you can cut a split end off here without having to cut all of this hair growth out. So it's really good when you want to grow out your hair, and it makes it so soft because you don't have all these split ends sticking out and being kind of rough in your hair. It really nice. It takes a long time, but it's really worth it, especially if you want to grow out your hair. We're getting towards the end, lady, for this very long video, but I'm trying to be quick about it. Yes, so my last beauty tip, cheap beauty tip, is to fortify your shoes. And this shoe is a great example. So what I did is that I put in a sole. You have to cut it in a way so you can't see it when you're actually in the shoe. And what I also like to do, and these I need to give a new amount of glue, is that you put either a cutout of the sole on the, what are these called? On the straps of the shoe. In this case, these kind of heel protector for high shoes really fit well with this model. But you glue it in. I have some other shoes I've done it with as well, and it makes them much more comfortable. Even though it might be a cheaper shoe that you're having, it really increased the comfort level. And especially in your heels, if you can put, I think you can even see it here. You can see I put 2 layers in here. Right there, that point, that's always the sore point after a whole day in shoes. If you can double fortify your shoes in that point, it really makes them so much more comfortable. It will also prevent you from slipping too far in your shoes so that you're kind of pushed into the strap, but it will keep you in the shoe. You can also put in here if you need it, or here in the back. Just cut out a sole so that it fits with your shoe and fortify your heels. They will be so much more comfortable. You look so much more smooth, and you get much more use out of your cute shoes, which maybe you got for a good price and, not at a super duper fancy store. Oh, I dropped this. I hope you heard what I said. Let's see. Yeah, so that was the 21st tip. And then you get my bonus tip, which was the original bonus tip, not all the other ones taken into account. But this tip is to always be smiling. If you have a smile on your face, kick in your step, you will look so much more beautiful, and it is completely free. And also, the more you smile when you rest, you'll have more of an upturned lip, which I know apparently something you can go to a plastic surgery to get, but you can get it quite naturally. Do a little bit of this as part of your face massage, and then just remember to smile. You never know who's looking. Could be your future man or something. And just make sure you're smiling, make yourself happy. It will really, really increase your beauty. So that was all my tips for you. I really hope you like it. If you want to see more from me or want to get an insight in my daily life, you can follow me on Instagram at livingfreewithsophie. I share things from my daily life. I share my outfits, which are usually very feminine, and whatever else I do in my day, which I think could be interesting for you guys with a feminine perspective. And then I've just started a Patreon account, and there you can go and support me if you want to help me spread the femininity message around the world. And if you want to go up a level, I will do Q&As where we can talk about anything you want. And also I'm thinking about making a book club for the Patreon, where we go in depth and kind of talk together about certain chapters in Femininity books, where I will read it out loud and we can just enjoy the concept and go deep together. If you have other ideas from what you would want to see from me on a Patreon, I'm very open to suggestion, as well as if you have any videos request, please ask me. As you can see, I am getting back to making steady videos for you guys, your ladies, and yes, so please let me know what you want to see. I hope this video was useful for you. If it's too long, I guess I will have to cut it down somehow or make a new version or whatever, but you got the long version, you got everything. I'm not holding back, I'm giving to you. Well, this was this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, subscribe, show me your appreciation in the comments. I love it. I love it. Okay. Have a great day. Bye.